Hi everyone, welcome to BumbleBeeCrafts. Thanks for tuning in to another video from me. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've been crafting along, having fun with the garden story collaboration. It has now finished, but obviously the videos are going to be there all the time, so you can catch up with them. I will leave all the links below still, because this is part of my design team project for Rach and Bella, which has been running alongside the collaboration. Yeah, I hope you've been having some fun with it. I certainly have. So we're on to chapter 3, I believe, of these two journals that I'm making, my garden story journals. If there's a little bit of a shadow, it's because my cat's on the table here with me, bless her. How long she will stay, I've annoyed her now, look. How long she will stay, I don't know. I'll probably have to pop her down in a minute. Yeah, so today it's all about the signatures, creating the pages that we want to put in our journals, putting the signatures together. I've gone ahead and done some prep work already. I've got some pages in both these journals ready to use, and I've got some more here that we need to do. Now, I print single-sided on copier paper, and that gives me the opportunity to be able to add quite a bit to the pages of my journal, to extend them in what I call my flip-flap pages, and then I stick two pieces of paper together. So basically I will be creating a page in my journal like this. So that's one digital there, and that's one digital there that's been stuck together. But before they get stuck together, I like to add my little flippy flappy flip outs. So like on this one, is that in camera? Just to move it here. Let's move these to the side for the moment. There we go. So this would flip out. You've got I've backed it with coffee dye paper, and that's lovely writing space. I've just got a note there because I want to add a little pocket to this. And then on this front one, that flips out and it's been decorated with some digital paper. So that's the kind of thing that I like to do. On this one, I've put a little pocket created just out of a sheet of digital on paper, so it doesn't add too much bulk, because the other thing I need to think about with my journal, if you've watched my collaboration video that aired on Thursday and then the bonus video on Sunday finishing them off, my cover pages for my 3 signatures are quite bulky, and there's going to be quite a bit of bulk within the journal anyway, because I'm doing rustic and grungy. So by using paper, this keeps this nice and thin, but you still get that interactive flip out. That one's just on coffee dye, and then this one again, it just flips out that way. I've got the page, so the page is in here. You've got this lovely digital, this opens, flips out like that, turns over, and you've got that. So I wanted to show you how I do those. I've still got 3 pages left to do, so we'll have a go at doing some of those. Then I've got some other ideas to the side of me that hopefully I can get to and show you. But first of all, let's just go through the pages that we've put together, just to give you an idea of how I collate pages and ideas for signatures. Just before I go open here, if you've not seen my collaboration video, now would be a good time to go and watch it, because when I open this, you'll see what I made in the collaboration, so it'll be a bit of a spoiler alert. So yeah, if you've not seen my collaboration video, do go and check it out, because at the very front here is what I made, one of the ones that I made in my collaboration. So I think I said that this was going to be the first page within the journal. Yes, Takana, move your tail, sweetheart. Which is what I've done. I've got my 3 pages here ready for my 3 signatures. Now I've gone ahead and already decided the page that I want for the center, and it's just 2 digital either side, and I've sewn around it and given it a good old ink with my walnut stain. so that it looks nice and grungy. So I've got these pages ready. Again, there's this digital page in the middle, which is going to be my center spread. Then I went ahead and just done a simple page like this that gives you lots of writing space. And then these three are, I watched Angela Kerr's video when she was doing, I can't think which episode it was, which collaboration video it was, but do go and check out Angela Kerr. And I followed along with her video, and you basically use 2 pieces of digital and you put them together. This will go in like this as a page in the journal. So if we wrap it around your page like this, so in here you've got a little skinny pocket that we could put a nice little skinny tag in. You've got a bigger pocket here. Then when we flip the page over to the back, you've got another page here, but just being out of the digital, and it's quite thin, doesn't add too much bulk, so I thought that was a good idea to do some of those for the signatures rather than adding lots of big chunky pockets. So I went ahead and made myself 3 of these. Just folding them. I mean, this one folds in quite a different way. That one's going to go in there like that, so you've got the skinny pocket there, and then you'd open that one like that. So you can be creative. I didn't follow Angela's video to the exact measurements. I kind of intuitively used the digital, like I did not want to chop any of that print up, which is why it's such a big page there. And here I didn't want to cut the squirrel, so I put the squirrel on this page here. That's nicely there, and then that page folds nicely over to this page. So it's just a case of looking at your digitals and just seeing what you think. So that's those. And then these 3 pages, I followed the lovely Carol Laws. She was part of the collaboration, and her prompt, I do remember, was Secret Garden Pockets. Secret Garden Pockets, I think it was. And I followed her video and made myself 3 for this journal, and there's 3 pages because whatever's in here is in here as well, just slightly different digitals. So these are all secret pages. When I showed them to my hubby, he was like, well, where's the page? I said, look for the shadows and you'll see. And he sort of lifted the page. I was like, oh, I see. You've got a pocket here. And then this one's got a little up-tuck pocket here. And this one is along the side there. But how good are they? Carol is brilliant at this sort of stuff. So I did the same on the back of that one. On this one, I've got a big pocket that goes there because I love this. It's almost like William Morris print. And what did I do on this one? Oh yes, I did something different. I did a little triangle corner pocket there because I really like the butterflies. So I thought if something's up in the page there, you still get to see those lovely butterflies. These were just pulled from my stash. I have a video, one of my Let's Craft videos, it'll be in my ephemera making, where I made these. So this is like a caged belly band. This one's obviously a double one, and then this one's a little cluster that's just been put on as a little tuck, and I thought those 3 pages went well with the journal. And then I've gone and pulled out, I've got this envelope, a lovely craft brown envelope that I'm going to do something with. We can decorate up. A couple of little pages from an old seed catalogue. Got some book pages here, and then I've got some book pages from a old gardening book. It's that Alan Titchmarsh book it was, that has been cut up, and I thought they would be absolutely perfect to go in here. So I've got 3 of those. There's 3 in the other journal as well. This is a really grungy, this looks like ink and paint. I was gifted this in a scrap bundle set that I got one time when we did a swap. So I just thought with it being yellow, it would go perfectly, being grungy. Got some, oh okay, yeah. I've got some coffee dye paper here. I've got 2 pieces. I think the third one must be over here somewhere. Yeah, because I wanted to make another pocket. I've got a little flip out pocket here that's going to stick on the page. So what you'd do is you'd stick this down on this side, and then you've got your tuck here, and then this would flip out to create a pocket there. So that's going to go on that page. And then I've got a plain coffee dye paper. I've got a bit of graph paper here. This folds out. I've cut it so that that folds out like that, for you to be able to do some design, little garden design ideas. And then this is, I done this in my recent Fabric Friday video. It's my tabbed, waterfall tabbed pages, and that's going to go in the center signature, because the idea for me anyway, for mine especially, is the center signature is going to be really quite plain with lots of writing space, so that I can record every day or every week what seeds I'm sowing, that kind of thing, because I am going to be using mine in the garden. So they're the pages that we've got ready, and as you can see, we haven't even sewn it in and put things together. She's going to be quite a chunky journal, so I'm glad I've got a really nice sturdy cover for her. And these are exactly the same in here, exactly the same pages that I've done with the pockets. These ones, this was a fun one that Carol did, where it's on the page like this, and then this is a page like that as well. So that's really quite fun. So yeah, all similar kind of ideas. So every time I put one in one journal and another page in another journal. So I was doing like 2 of each at a time. So let's pop these over to the side. Let's pop them behind me actually, because we don't need them for the moment. So that's me waffling on about the pages. Let me get to the flip flap pages and show you how I do these and how we get to this stage. Okay, so if we take out the first one off of here. Okay, so what I do first of all is decide on my base pages, my base 2 pages that are going to be stuck together and form the page, which is going to be this lovely digital print from there, and then I'm backing it with this lovely one with the leaves. Then I decided, okay, I really would like to have her flipping out. So I needed to decide what I was backing her with. So for this one, I'm going to back her with the stripy, and then I've just made a little note on the back here is, yeah, back with the digital, and then I'm going to add a pocket to the page, because this will give you your writing space. If I do it that way, it would be straight, and then this page you could write on the top half, but I thought a pocket could go on there as well, which again is something I'm going to need to do before we sew the signature in. Normally I do leave my journal pages quite plain and then sew them in, then do all the decorating. But because of the nature of the journal with the wood and the little sticks that I'm going to be adding throughout, we need to do most of the decoration first, then the sewing in. Okay, so that's that side. And what was I going to do? What's up, Ghosty? Hello. It's my other cat, Ghost. You've had your breakfast? Yes, you have had breakfast. And it's too cold to open the porch for you to go and sit in there. So this one, I was having a double. Hello to Carla. You're going to sit right there, aren't you, sweetheart? That's it. Go and sit on that paper. Oh, cats and paper, they love to sit on things, don't they? Ghost is terrible for it. Double-sided flip out, add pocket to one side. Ah yes, I wanted to use this as a double page like this to flip out. That's it, that makes sense now. I did sorted all these out the other day, and then remembering what I did, so I'm glad I did my little notes. Okay, so first things first, let's pop together these 2 pages. This is how I would normally do my basic pages that don't have anything added to them, but for this one I just want a little bit of glue down that middle bit just to hold the two pages together. Give your tail, sweetheart, I don't want your tail in here. And then I just line them up like so. You're going to trim off the white edges anyway, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so where are we? What do we do next? I think I'll trim the white pages. Let me move the cat down. Come on, sweetheart. I know, darling. You've got your bed there, sweetheart. Bless her. I think she was hoping to come on my lap rather than be put down on the floor. She's such a lap cat. She's a real sweetie. Okay, so let's trim off our white edges. Grey murky day here today. I am filming ahead. I always do film ahead. I kind of pick the days that I feel I can craft because of my health, but yeah, so there we go. Make sure we get it up the right way. So that's going to go this way. So we have you flipping out on here, don't we? Okay, I'm going to put this back onto here so that I remember which side they're going on. So let's back this lovely image here. Reminds me of my grandma. She used to wear a hat and she loved being out in the garden. She never had glasses. She didn't wear glasses, but she always used to have marigolds on. Yep, always used to use a pair of old marigolds out gardening. And I just need a little note, because that's got, once I cover that up, I'm not going to know that I need to add a pocket. So I'm just using a bit of scrap here. Add pocket. It does help having little notes, and then I'm just going to stick that on that page. Just stick that on there because the pocket's going to go on that page. Okay. Now yeah, I'm just going to glue her down. We can glue her and trim her all up anyway because we need to cut her a bit smaller, so let's do that. So yeah, most of my journals have these flip-flap pages. I have done them quite a number of times before, but I've had a few new subscribers recently, and they're so I thought I would just show you again what I like to do with my pages. Okay, so I'm just roughly lining it up where it's going to be trimmed down anyway. There we go. I didn't get my scraper. Okay, so we need to leave that to dry for a moment. So we'll leave that there. And then let's flip it over and do this page. And we were pushing it together so it's the same both sides, but one side was going to have a pocket. So let's write another little note here to say add pocket. And I think I am just going to do that. There's my bone folder, so that I know to just glue these together, and then we can trim it down where we need it afterwards. There we go. Okay, so if I just stick that on there, because that's got, we're adding a pocket to that. So we're going to be going on there. So I'm just going to clip that there. So that's how I do the pages. Get those ready, let them dry. So let's pick our next page. And we've got what we're doing, double-sided flip out and a pocket. So that's going to be on there. Oh yeah, I think I was going to put a little pocket down there or something on this one. Or possibly a pocket on there. Okay. So let's just eyeball this. Fold it like so. Yeah, that'll be okay. And then we'll just do the same. Glue this all down. It doesn't matter that I've not quite got it straight there. It's going to needs to be cut smaller anyway. Okay, so that's, oh, we haven't stuck the page together yet, have we? Let's do that. So we've got that on one side and this on this side. So let's just do a little bit of glue in that middle bit. Just to hold the two pages together, like so. That's going to flip out on this page. And then this one is going to flip out on this page. And I've got double-sided pocket flip out. Ah, right, yes, that is this one, creating the little pocket. Okay, so how I did that, let's remember, move that to the side. So I'm just going to line these two pages up and fold it in half first, like so. Pop the lid on my glue. We can get rid of them. Then I want to create a bit of a flap at the bottom, so I am just going to turn it up. I'm not measuring it. But I would like to try and get it straight. Yeah. Like so, it looks straight. Okay. So what I want to do now is, let's see, this flips this way. So I'm going to cut off the piece on this side because the line will then be on the inside. It doesn't really matter, but that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to come up here Let's see if I can cut straight this morning. Cut that off. Let's just mite that little corner as well. Okay, so that's going to go there. I have got a bit of overlap. I didn't quite cut that straight. Look, let's try and straighten that bit up. End bit is not straight either. There we go. That's better, much straighter on there, so that's going to flip out like so. And then we're going to have a little bit of a gusset inside there that gets stuck in there. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. So I am, come on, glue. Put that under there. And glue on there, and then a bead of glue all the way along this bottom edge. And then that will just form our pocket. Like so. Okay. So all I'm going to do is just put a bead of glue along this side just to seal it up, so that when we put it into the flap, which we will do in a moment, this edge is stuck together. There we go. Okay. So that's there, needs to dry. Let's clip it this way. So we'll let that dry and then come back to that one. That one needs to dry and we can come back to that one. Okay, on to our third page. Let's have a little look. Half an hour. Okay. So what am I doing with this one? Double-sided flip out and adding a pocket to the page. Okay, so this one's nice and easy. We just fold this in half. And then glue. Okay, that's that bit ready. Move that one to the side. What have we got on here? Oh, we've got that lovely image on one side and this on this side. Okay, so the bead of glue on here, just stick them together. I find it easier to leave all the white edges on to start with, so that you are cutting both of them together to form a neat edge. So you were going to go on here with a pocket on this one. So let's just clip you there, flip you over, and this was going to go on here. and it's just back with the digital. Okay, we can do that. Now, digital lines are wavy, but they go across that way, so that's the way I want that one to go. So I'm just going to put this on here like so. Grab a glue page. It's nice to be able to have the windows open now that the lovely spring weather, although today's, as I said, is a grey murky day, but it's not too cold today. Not too cold at all. What? No, it's not cold at all. I think they want a second breakfast. Because of how Ghost has been in the past with issues, stomach issues, and a few problems, I split their breakfast in two. He tends to, or he has in the past made himself quite sick every time he eats, because he'll eat too much and then he'll go and jump around or jump up onto the windowsills or whatever, and yeah, he has a bit of reflux and stuff. So I give him a small amount of food in the morning which has his salmon oil squirted in it, and that's just enough to kind of like fill him up without making him too bad. And then about an hour later they have a spoonful of biscuits with a little bit of meat, so they have like a second smaller portion, and I'm thinking he's wanting his second portion. That's what he's asking me for. How are we doing on time? Okay, so it looks like all we're going to do is get these finished today. So this was our first one. Now I'm just going to use my desk to uncurl the lovely lady, and we want to trim her down now. So let's use this edge as our straight edge. I'm just going to take all the white lines off. That's our straight edge along there. That can be reused. That can be reused. Okay, now we need to just measure and see. Yeah, she's exactly the same height. I always cut it slightly shorter so that I've got just a little bit of a border around it. It just, I don't know, for me it just makes it easier to be able to do. So I'm going to take that strip off there. That's not worth keeping. And then she should, yeah, she's got the space on here like that, just small enough around her. Okay, so she's ready. So let's do this page again. Let's give it an uncurl. There we go. So that's our straight edge, and we want to take off our white lines. I'm not bothered about white lines that side actually, because it's going to be tucked in and you're not going to see the white lines. So this is going to go this side, and again I think I want to trim it down a little bit. So we'll just take a little bit off, a little bit more off. And then that, yeah, that's given me the border, and then that will fit in there. Okay, so that's that page ready. So let's go, let's do a bit of mass making, and we'll do the cutting now of the other page. So we've got this one. So you're going one side, you're going the other. First things first, I want to trim this down. Okay, so we've got all the white off both sides, we have. Okay, so now we need to do this one, and we'll take off the white top and let me uncurl it. Using glue stick does make it want to curl, but it's easy to manipulate it back. Okay, yes, we want to get it the right way up. We want to take a little bit more. I think I'm going to take a bit more off the top. It's bin day today, so I hope the noise of the bin people that are over the back and then when they come round to our side isn't going to be too loud with my windows open. So that is just going to sit on there like so. That'll open up, and then one of the pages is going to have a pocket on it. Okay, so that side's ready. And then this side was our lovely pocket. So all I need to do is just take off. Let's do it from this side because I don't want to cut into those flowers. Okay. So that I think is perfect, gives you just enough space to put something in the top, and I don't chop into the flowers. So what I do want to do with this one is just put a little divot in the top. Now I am terrible at getting it centre. I always get them wonky. So I do a little mark. I measure it, mine. So let's just pop it on here, and we're at 15, which is, where were I? If it was 14, it was 7, so it's 7.5. There we go. And yeah, I literally have just put a tiny little line in there so that when I go and put this in here, I can just eyeball that as the middle. I've got a much better chance of getting it to look right. There we go. Oh, but it's not going to look right, is it? See, I still do it wrong. Still do it wrong. We're having this as a little gusset, aren't we? So the divot, we will correct that when we come to do that page. What am I like? What am I like? That's that bit ready. Let's trim this one, and then we'll come back to doing all the gluing. Sometimes I'm like, really? Just not with it this morning. That's what it is. Just not with it. But that's fine. I will just make the little notch out of it a bit wider and a bit deeper, which we'll come to do when we do the next stage, which is the scoring and everything else. Okay, so you were going on this page, weren't you? So let's trim you down. Take that off there. A little needs curling and a bit off. Actually, we want quite a bit off the bottom, don't we? A little bit. About like that. Let's see. Is that right? Yeah, that's going to be fine. Okay, so you are good to go for that page, and you are going to go on here. So let's just uncover you. And cut the excess off. Like so, we'll reuse that. Let's still wanting to curl on me. Come on. That's better. So I'm going to just take that off there. Now she's flipping out the other way, so I do need this edge off. And we're going to need a little bit off the bottom as well, so that she goes on there nicely, like so. Okay, so that's all our cutting done. Let's move you to the side. The other thing I do like to do on these pages that flip out is I always like to round the corners. You don't have to, you can leave them square, or you can do fancier corners, but I just like to have them rounded. Oops. So that, yes, that was going on that side, so this one's going on this side. Okay, so let's round the corners on this one. Okay, this one we don't need to round the corners on because it's a pocket, but this one we do. Okay, this one we do. Oops. And that's going to go back on there. Just flip the page over, and we've got you with the writing. That's worked out nicely. That's going to be lovely to write on that page. Okay. So what I do now is score these ready to go on and in. You can just use a ruler and your bone folder if you wanted to, but I always allow just that little bit of an overhang. Basically, I don't want this page to be anything more than 14. It certainly isn't more than 14. It's only comes to just under 13.5. So all I'm going to do is about 1 centimetre, just score it along here, and then that gets folded over, and that is the little lip that will be glued in here, like so. Okay, so that's that bit done. Let's do this one in exactly the same way. Now this one does come over more than 14, so I'm going to take, I'll probably actually cut some of this off because we don't need it all. 13, I'm going to make it 12.5 on this one. Fold that over, and that is ready to tuck over the page and form our lovely little flap. So that's that one. Let's carry on doing all of these. So we need to do the same with this one. Now if I do 12.5, I'm cutting the bird off completely, aren't I? So all you'll see is, yeah, sorry birdie. Okay, so that one then will go in there. Now let's do this and we can rectify the mistake. So I'm going to have the pocket come at 13, like so. Get that nice and flush when we pull it over. And And then from the front, I'm just going to burnish it all nice and down. There we go. Okay, so let's remeasure our centre and do the centre from here, which is 13. So if it was 12, it would be 6. So it is 6.5, which is now there. Okay. So we've got that there. I'm just going to, where we've got that, I'm just going to see if I can extend it a little bit. Still doesn't look quite centre. We need to come out just that little bit more. That's better. That looks better anyway. So there we go. The mistake. You'd never know. You'd never, well, you guys know, but shh, don't tell anyone. It's easily fixable. Okay. So let's bring this back, and our little pocket was going on this page here. Okay, so that's that one. And then we've got this page. So let's make you, where would we come if we were 12? We would cut that bird off, so I'm going to do it at 12. So that I don't go right through the centre of his face. Okay. Flip it over, and we've got this page. So where do we? About 12.5 is fine. Oops. Now they are all scored and ready to be inked and glued in. Let me just see how I'm doing for time. 47 minutes. What I'm going to do is, because there's going to be quite a lot of inking, and that'll probably take me to the end of the video, is I'm going to pause the video here, get everything inked, ready to glue down, and then I will come back and we will glue them together. It's pretty self-explanatory in how you would glue these down, but I'll still show you. So yeah, I'll be back momentarily once I've inked. Hello, I'm back. So I've done my inking all around where I needed to, and I've actually got these first ones stuck. I just move my weights to the side because these should now be dry enough. So our flip flaps are almost there, so I'm just going to leave that one over here to dry while we work on these. So basically all we do, as I said, it's so simple to do, but I thought I would still do the process for you, is we just need to put some glue, and I'm using my strong PVA glue. It's a crafter's glue. It says it glues metal, fabric, all sorts on here, so it's really strong. It's a bit like art glitter glue. I would imagine it's exactly the same as that, but it's a UK brand that I get here because art glitter glue is so expensive, and I find it does just as good. So I'm just putting a glue all along our little flap that we created, like so. And then we've got our two little pages that this is going to sandwich in between, and I tend to just fold it and use that as the sort of butt it up so that I can get it straight, and then just go down, make sure that's good, and that has all been glued down onto there. Okay. So we will Just weight that down this side while we glue the next one. Hang on a minute, I just need to turn the page down. Don't I? That's going that way. This one's going this way, so I need to put my weights this way. So on there, and then on here it's weighed down. Lovely. Okay, so we do exactly the same. With this flap, putting the glue all along here. Now you could have cut this off, you didn't have to have such a big flap. It doesn't really matter as long as you've got about a centimetre or quarter of an inch. Get my words out. And do exactly the same. Just centre that between that page. That's flush. And then make sure that's all glued down, and then I just weight it down with these little weights courtesy of my hubby's work. But anything, you could weigh it down with anything. So that's how they get glued in. Whilst that dries up here, what I want to do now is just seal these two together now. So we've got that side and this side, and all I do, in fact what I'm going to do is I am going to take this all the way off and weigh it down over here. That can just stay there for now, so we can work on this page. Now I first of all put a bead of glue down here, and we will eventually come all the way along here anyway, but I reinforce this by doing extra all over this bit of glue. When I do my single pages, I literally just put some glue in the middle to seal them, trim the edges, and then just go around with a bead of glue all the way around the outside. And I've had no problems whatsoever with any of the pages coming undone or anything like that. So you don't have to sew. I've only sewed these ones because of I'm doing a rustic and grungy. So well, flip that over so that I can do the same this side, but I'm just going to come along where we have the glue so I can see, and just carry on a line all the way along there. That's it. So all the way along here. That's I don't use glue stick for this purely because I have much more control with this glue. That's all. But you could use any glue of choice because you're basically just sticking them together. And then I just carry on with a bead of glue all along here to sandwich them, and then we just smooth it all down and get it all glued together. And I just like to make sure I've got my glue on those edges nice and tight, like so. And that is our page, so we'll leave that to the side to dry. This should have dried enough. Now to be able to glue this together. So let's start at the top. Cool, that rain is really coming down. Whilst I was off camera doing the inking, I fed the cats the second time and then the bins had been emptied, so I toddled on out to try and manage to see if I can get the bins in, and it was raining, but it was that really fine mist that just, it makes everything just so damp. And yeah, and now it's a good job I did it then actually than now, because it's chucking it down really heavy. Okay, so that's that side done. Flip it over so that we can carry on with our glue this side. Like so, and then do our extra bits. So that is all nice and secured down. Over, make sure this side's down. And there we go. Just going to leave that one to dry. I'll wait for this little bit, only 8 minutes, good. We can do this one. So I'm just turning it around because it makes it easier for me. Let's tuck you up there out the way. Glue all along here. So these are quite quick to do really, and they're so fun and interactive once they're sewn into the journal. I often will do several on one page. I've done that in previous videos. Oops. So like you've got a flap up here, I've done a flap up that way, I've even done ones where they're flap down, a bit like I did the cover to this to the journal in this series. Okay. So I am just going to weight this down this side. Like so that we can come to glue our little pocket in. And then I underestimated just how much I would get done in a video. Seems to take me forever to do things. It's a very slow process though. I don't rush. Because I wanted to get to making some little pockets that would go on the side of pages. So, but I might have to do that in another video. So I want this to be quite close to the bottom. As close as I can get it, really. Like so. There we go. That's really, really nice. So I'm just going to weigh this down for a moment and then we'll have a little look and see how we're doing with our other pages. slide this off. There we go. Yeah, these are looking nice. So that's going to flip that way, that's going to flip that way. That's that way, that's that way. Okay, so I've got a little bit of inking to do just to finish off in this middle bit. I didn't quite go all the way along when I was doing it. And then the same probably this side, yeah. And then what I'm going to do is use my scoreboard and we can then fold this in half. Now I will stitch around these. I'm not going to stitch around them on camera, but I will stitch around them exactly how I've done these. I've only stitched around the page. I didn't really want to stitch around here. I quite like that as it was, because I might add a few little grungy bits on there to grunge it up, but doing the stitching around as well in a much darker colour kind of makes it a grungy look to it as well. So that's that little bit, and then there was just this little bit in the middle there. Lovely. So let's grab my scoreboard. I find it easier to score these pages rather than just go ahead and fold them, because I get a much neater fold with no creasing or buckling. So that is just over 29. So I know from previous ones I score it at 14.5. Now that's going to then go this way. Yeah, I think that would be nice to see the bumblebees. Burnish that down, and see there's no buckling or anything in the middle there by doing the score. If you've not got a scoreboard, just use your ruler, find the centre, use your ruler here, and then score under the page like that to pull it over. But that's one flippy flap. Now which side do I want to show? I think we will have this side. So again, 14.5. Scroll that over, make sure it's straight. And burnish that down. Lovely and neat in there, and then that page will open up, that will flip out, and then we've got this one that flips out. Okay, so that is basically how I make my flip flap pages and add elements into them before we stick our two pages together. As I said, that one's still drying, needs to be glued around and then scored, and these two are ready to be stitched, and then these ones were the ones that were all done. So yeah, I mean, you can put as many flip flaps as you want on the page, you know, one up here, one down here, add lots of pockets, all sorts of things. They're such a fun thing to do. I love doing them in nearly all of my journals. So there we go, that's chapter 3. I haven't quite got to some of those other bits that I want to do, so I might change my Wednesday's video and just do another installment of this, because although I've got the rest of this month to do the project and get the journals done, that time goes quite quickly. And there's lots more things that I want to do. We haven't got to the decorating or the fun bits like that yet. So yeah, there'll definitely be more videos to come in this garden story collaboration from me as part of my DT project, and I hope you've been enjoying the videos that I've been putting up. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. I've had some really lovely comments on the videos of how I've been putting the journal together and the engineering side of it, so I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I've loved making this journal, really have. So thank you. You guys seem to have loved watching me make it, so I hope it has inspired you, and happy crafting, everybody. So take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.